Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Who Is or comic book series explain type video where I go through and give you guys my thoughts on an upcoming character or location or something in the Walking Dead television series and explain for you what the character is like, or to give you some background from the comic book series. In this one, we'll be taking a look and talking about the best fighter in all of the Walking Dead universe that we've seen thus far. And that is of Tom Paine's character, who should be appearing in the second half of Season 6, Paul Monroe, also known as Jesus. As usual, spoiler warning for this one. If you guys don't want to know anything about the character, we're going to be talking about the comic book series version of him, and we don't know exactly how that's going to be translated to the TV series, adapted to the TV series, so we could have quite a few differences. In terms of physicality, right off the bat, I can tell you that the actor is actually pretty small for playing the role of Jesus, for playing Paul Monroe. By the way, his name is Paul Monroe, but he has no relation to Deanna or, Reg. As far as we know, anyway. The actor is only about 5'5", and for being the best fighter in all of the Walking Dead, it's a little bit small. It's not impossible. There's plenty of smaller guys that are tough as all nails, and he does use a lot of kind of high flying maneuvers. High kicks, roundhouse kicks. Drop kicks, things like that. So he's pretty fun to watch fight, and he is fast as hell in the comic book series as well, too. He is such a good fighter. There's actually an incident that occurs between him and Michonne and Abraham where they are armed. He is kind of armed, but basically it's a 2-on-1, and he beats both of them. Yeah, so he's really, really tough. Tougher than probably any other character we've seen thus far. Probably even better than maybe Morgan, even with his staff, I would have to say. Maybe if he's unarmed, maybe not. That'd be kind of a tough call. But so far as we've seen in the comic book series, he is the best fighter we have ever seen. If he's able to beat both Abraham and Michonne at the same time in a 2-on-1, yeah, he's pretty tough as nails. So I'm not sure exactly what episode he's going to be introduced in. That hasn't been spoiled or anything like that. But if I had to guess, it's going to be a part of the larger world story arc, and it's probably going to be somewhere around maybe episode 12, 13, something. That's what I would guess. Maybe even a little sooner, maybe 11 or 10. But we got some stuff going on right now that could take a few episodes to sort itself out. So if I had to do a prediction, I'd probably guess that he'll probably show up in episode 12 or episode 13. So to give you some background about what he's like in terms of personality and everything, I'll put a link in the description. You guys can check out the wiki for this. It's got lots of great details. It says that Paul Monroe, more commonly known as Jesus, is a main character first encountered in issue 91 of Image Comics' The Walking Dead, and is a survivor and resident who lived in a community called the Hilltop Colony, which held almost 200 other survivors, which I'm not sure if it's that. I thought it was a little bit smaller than that, but that's a lot, 200. Paul did reside in Alexandria Safe-Zone, but was eventually forced back to the Hilltop Colony. While initially mistrusted by Rick and the group, he eventually gains their respect as a valued comrade. He currently serves as one of Maggie Greene's advisors and right-hand man at Hilltop alongside Dante. So he is part of Maggie's crew further on down the road. You could say like a lieutenant or general type deal, and also an advisor too. He's smart, which is good at the same time as being super tough. And basically, our concept of him throughout the series, the reason why he's been able to survive in the zombie apocalypse is on many occasions his skills have allowed him to make it out of some really tough situations, be it a bunch of zombies attacking him at once, he can fight through them and use his speed to get away. If it's survivors, he can beat even a couple of them, even if they're armed. He's really fast. He's very good tactically in terms of skirmishes, and even with swords and that with weapons, he's seen to have been very, very good as well. Taking on several of the Whisperers all at once and not actually defeating them, beating them, not being killed by them, or freaked out too much to the point where he's kind of shocked and then ends up getting stabbed or something. Really tough. He's not undefeated in terms of fighting, but he's we've seen him. Well, I don't want to say we've seen him lose, but he's really tough to beat. That's for sure. His quote, this is kind of an advisory quote. This is what he says to Rick about the future of their communities and humanity. He says, no, I don't think you quite understand what's at stake here. This falls apart without you, Rick, all of it. This wouldn't be happening without you. You give people courage. You inspire people to stand up, to fight for what's right. Right now, we can't get that anywhere else. Gregory hides behind his walls. He wants things to be easy. He rolled over to Negan almost immediately. Ezekiel means well, but no one really knows quite what to make of him. He hated Negan, but he kept it a secret. It wasn't until you came around that he was willing to make a stand. He's just following your lead. Negan rules by fear or by manipulating his people into believing he's the only thing keeping them alive. They worship him. For him, it's about ego. You're building something. I can see that. We all can. When you're done, the world will be changed, renewed. It'll be better. I want to be a part of that. I want to do whatever I can to help make that a reality. You're a leader. We can follow. So he's very good at supporting, Maggie and Rick and everybody else. Definitely an extremely valuable member of the survivors later on. One of the best characters in the series. Forgot to mention him in my top 10 because he's still kind of a newer character, sort of. Hasn't been around since the beginning, but he sure is an important character, that's for sure. In terms of personality, he is homosexual, so that's that's worth mentioning. He doesn't have girlfriend or anything. He's homosexual. It says Paul is highly rational, logical, and a thoughtful man with a knack for advertising. He values justice, fairness greatly, believing that one should not criticize others for doing things that would not have done themselves. In his first appearance, he appears to be a casual guy with a puckish sense of humor, but as the story progresses, he reveals himself to be much different. He is quite serious and is always the first to speak up for what's right and what needs to be done. So that's pretty much a background for him. Very important character that I cannot wait to see in the television series. It looks like they're going to be remixing his introduction, so don't worry, guys. I haven't spoiled anything in terms of, Michonne and Abraham fighting against him. It's going to be remixed in some way. I've heard a few spoilers that I won't get into, but it's not going to be them two. It'll be somebody different, which should be interesting. And I can't wait to see how they interpret his action sequences. If they maybe get a good stuntman who can do, some taekwondo, probably that would match. That would be the best martial art to match with his the way he's drawn in the comic books. High flying kicks, and that taekwondo is great for that. They can throw some really heavy duty, kind of flashy, cool kicks, which would be perfect for him. To see him high kick some zombies and stuff would be really cool because we've never really seen anything like that before. So that'll be new, and I can't wait to see him. He's one of my most anticipated characters, right up there probably behind Negan. Yeah, because Negan's it's pretty hard to beat Negan, but he's another one of those great characters that we're going to see and should be awesome in the series for a long time. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, you can thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share, please favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe at the bottom left. Leave your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think about Jesus or about Paul Monroe. One of the best characters of the series for sure. And cannot wait to see him myself. That's it for this one. See you guys again real soon. Probably tomorrow or the next day. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.